share with me? What's the secret?
Yeah, she's still doing skiing by
I never
herself.
stop moving.
What room are we in?
I ski,
78.
and I find people that are kind of like me, you know, that like,
Yeah,
and even though some of them might have, they're wearing a knee brace or something, they're still moving through everything, still joyful and playing.
Yeah, passion for life. I think that's a big secret. Yeah, you need the passion for life.
Oh yeah, and I have my family, 5 of them, all living really close to the grandchildren.
Wow. I think that's a great point because we're always laughing together, you know, having fun together, and that's a secret. Because you all look really, I don't know, it's very cheerful and right, and the energy is really positive. I don't know.
We're so happy.
Yeah.
We're energetic too.
Happy.
We're all people persons, so we love talking.
We do like talking.
Yeah, right.
We do. Yeah. It's kind of part of who we are, aren't we, Gary?
Now everything's ready. If you want to go, you can go.
Yes, laying down.
It's really hard.
Especially, I do Kegels.
Oh yeah, Kegels.
Oh yeah. To hold your pee in.
So
It's hard to go pee.
it's because I exercise all day doing that.
Oh my god.
I have muscles down there.
I got muscles down there.
Wow.
Now, you know how she is.
It took me a while. I closed my eyes.
So, if you were taking care of a senior citizen and then they fibbed to you and said, "Oh yeah, I went potty," you would still be able to tell whether they went or not, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Because that's something that people might say, "Oh yeah, I went, honey," but they really didn't.
So it's a good day.
Really great.
It feels great.
Is it too strong?
I'm gonna get a bath.
Too strong or pressure? Pressure wise?
So it's very
Temperature?
perfect. Temperature perfect. It could be a little warmer. Oh! Oh my God!
What is it? It's washing, right?
I'm peeing now.
You're peeing now. Yeah, you can go now.
I thought it was me first. Oh my goodness. Oh. I could do this all day.
It's pretty nice.
Oh no. Can you tell if I went? I feel like I did.
Just once.
이제 드라이 해주는 거야.
Now it's drying.
Drying, okay.
You peed once. It says that.
I did. Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
yeah. You peed
I'm so proud of myself.
Great job.
You don't get many wins in life, and this is one.
So what now? You're drying, right?
You're right.
You feel it dry?
Yeah, I do.
It's too strong, hot. Is it too hot?
No, it just feels like a nice cool breeze. Very calming, soothing. And it's like if I was a person that needed some help in this way, that I wouldn't feel a least bit humiliated or embarrassed around family. You know, I could have a blanket over me and just be having a conversation, watching my favorite show on TV, or reading a book. Yes. It's
So-
very, it could be part of a normal routine for an elderly person. Which, I forget that I'm one.
나도 잊어버릴 정도라고.
But
네.
it is, it's very calming. I wish I would have had something like this when I took care of my mother. And I just told you the story about having to change her, and
Right.
she was a bigger lady than I am, and it was very tiring. I was starting to hurt myself, and had to get my brother to help me. And my mother was so apologetic, and I kept telling her, "No, Mom, you don't have to apologize, you know." And
Oh
so
my God.
yeah, it was really, really hard
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So, and another thing I had mentioned before is so many elderly people have UTIs. It becomes almost routine. You know, when I'm out with my girlfriends, I'll hear one of them say, "Oh my gosh, I got a UTI. It was hurting so bad," and this cleans. So when you're taking care of somebody, this really cleans and disinfects, probably better than a person could do going on their own in a bathroom. So it'll save some infections, and infections is what takes an elderly person quicker, too.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. So drying time is 5 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah, so just relax.
Was that all?
Yeah, just relax.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And compared to, you know, your family member, just open you and then change the diaper
Yes.
and wipe it out. And
Oh.
it's so embarrassing. You
Oh,
know?
it was,
This is discreet, you know.
yes, it's a miracle. You know, it'll make up such a difference too, because I went to help my stepmom with my father, and she said, she goes, "Honey, I think I'm getting impatient with your dad."
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, you know, that's a natural feeling because you're tired." And so I tell her, "Go take a rest." And of course, my dad was so embarrassed that his daughter was helping with, you know, with keeping him clean and everything. And for her, it was a break. But if we had something like this, my dad would have been more joyous, not cranky, you know, because you can imagine he was just embarrassed. You know, being a man. So this is like a wonderful tool for people that are having to care for their loved ones, and for regular hospice workers and nurses that are in homes taking care of people. This is going to save so many injuries to people that are caretakers too.
다 됐죠? So it's done. So it's done.
You're welcome. Oh, it's warm and dry. It is.
There's no leakage.
No leakage. None.
How about the smell? Do you do smell?
I don't smell anything.
Okay.
You see? No.
Okay. That's great. That's great.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm the interviewer for today. And who am I here with?
You're here with Cindy Ebert, your grandmother,
Yep.
or your Nana, is like what you like to call me.
So she's one of the test subjects for the Curaco machine. And what were your initial thoughts before you actually used the machine?
Well, I had no thoughts because I got a phone call about how I was going to be testing a machine that they nicknamed Tube Machine. But anytime that any of my kids call, I do not know how to say no. So that's why I was here today, because I said yes. And I got a great education, and I have lots of wonderful thoughts about where this machine can go in the future based on some of my past experiences of taking care of my elderly parents, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I would have been able to save lots of embarrassment from my father. You know, he did not like having his daughter come clean him and take care of him. It was a humiliating experience for a man who was a jock all his life to have that happen. And that was to help out my beautiful Miriam, his wife, because she even said that she would start to lose impatience with him. And so I would just go and help her and give her a break. And so this would just be the answer to an end-of-life experience that could be beautiful and not humiliating for the patient.
So, ask me about my experience.
So as we heard her, she thinks this would have changed her father's dignity and made his happiness better. And did you think this machine was going to work before you used it?
Well, I didn't even, because I'm not a person that makes a judgment call right away. I have to use it. And it was amazing. At first, I really couldn't go, you know, and this became a topic later with the ladies. But as soon as I got that spray of warm water, it was like, okay. I went then, and then the warm air and sitting there, and like I shared, I thought, oh my gosh, you could be having a conversation with your family. I wouldn't be embarrassed in front of Andrew here, or my grandson, or Whitney in there. I could just be myself, you know, and joke with people, and it was amazing. And plus, I think about the injuries that can be caused by caretakers, because I also took care of my mother. My mother was a little bigger person than I am, and I would have to move her and change her and keep her clean, and then she'd be so apologetic because she would go again. And eventually I had to get my younger brother to help me, and I asked her permission, and she said yes to Mark now. So it would just change everything. And I think hospitals need this to save on nurses' backs and injuries, so many injuries, and those are the difficult jobs too for professionals that caretakers.
If you had to compare it to something like that you think the average American has done, what would you say?
What was that again?
If you had to compare it to something, like for people, like how it feels, what would you say? Like to you know.
Well, I've used a bidet. It's like a bidet, but you're not as wet. You're not wet, you know, because it's like a warm hair dryer comes on you. You know, just kind of dries you, and you feel clean, really clean afterwards. And I just think also that if you had a patient, when they hear the sound, it's like just like a small blowing sound, but that'll put them to sleep and relax them also, so that they can relax afterwards instead of going through all that embarrassment and, you know, a care routine, and maybe some pain too, being moved around too is another thing that can happen to people, you know, when they're trying to put a bedpan under them or whatever, you know. So yes, it's a wonderful. We needed it a long time ago. That's all I gotta say.
Like she said, it's very relaxing, no stress-free. It's almost like you're literally like she said, you're just getting a warm sensation of water cleaning you up, and you don't really notice it. You can literally talk to your family members using this thing. It's that easy as that. And, you know, I appreciate my grandma taking the time of day to get interviewed for her before and after thoughts, and she said it works perfectly fine, and it's great, and she hopes it can better the country and the world, and we just really appreciate all the people willing to test this out. Thank you.